That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRE NMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every Sunday right here at this time on Go Country 105. We're very, very excited to be joining the Go Country family. This is our inaugural broadcast. We're going to give you a lot of information here. Before we get into our intriguing content, though, let me introduce you to our featured guest today. Mary Walters is with us, Realty Pro 100. Welcome.
Good morning.
And Simon Polito, RECA. You're going to understand that better later, but good morning, Simon.
Good morning, Ron. Thanks for having me on the show.
Glad to have you with us. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan to save you money. I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And I am going to share with you, generally at this point in our broadcast, we give you something to celebrate. And I like to celebrate. I like to have a good time. So I'm going to tell you right now that having beaten anorexia, there's a lot to celebrate right here this morning. I don't know about National Lucky Penny Day. I don't know. That's not what we're going to celebrate today.
What's the big idea?
Yeah, we're not celebrating that. National Taffy Day. I like taffy. Vanilla Pudding Day was yesterday, right? And for those of you who are so inclined, I don't know about you guys, Craft Distillery Day was yesterday. Mary's not into craft beer.
Yeah.
Me neither. Yeah. Give me a good glass of wine, a nice red Zinfandel. I'll stick with that one. But yesterday, yeah, well, we just got to talk about it. We throw it out there because we do like to celebrate. But hey, let's get into what we're going to be all about. This is going to be a broadcast every weekend that you're going to be able to tune to and get some great information. We bring in a lot of great people to chat with us about different strategies. We're talking about your home. We're talking about what you're going to do and planning for the future. I'll give you just a couple of seconds about me. I'm about into this business for maybe 30, 40 minutes now. So, well, maybe not. I shouldn't say that. Got licensed with Merrill Lynch back in the late 90s. Yeah, last century. I shouldn't say it like that, but so I licensed back then, Series 7, Series 66, insurance license, .com. I experienced all that, but I realized that there's a lot more people that could use my assistance in borrowing $500,000 than who had $500,000. So kind of jumped ship and went on to the side of debt structure, the debt side of the balance sheet. So that kind of been doing that for the last 20 some years. But I first bought my first piece of real estate, 1984. Now, generally when we do our broadcast, Mary starts laughing at me when I say 1984, I bought my first piece of property, right? Because, I paid double-digit interest rates. So when we talk about interest rates, and I don't do that very often, but yes, I did pay double-digit interest rates way back then. But decided that to help people doing their real estate, getting their own first properties, maybe their own retirement plan. Sometimes we're even helping people get in through a divorce planning. So I am a certified divorce lending professional. Some people don't say I'm so professional. I shouldn't say that on my first day on the station, but certified mortgage advisor, got those credentials. But I got rid of the other credentials, the Series 7, the Series 66, and the life insurance. And I am so thrilled that I did. And I'll tell you exactly why, because when I had those credentials, I had to tell you what FINRA wanted me to say. And nothing against any of those folks, because I got a lot of friends who are certified financial planners and they're financial advisors and registered investment advisors. I got friends that are in all of those different industries. But here's the situation. They are regulated. Now, I'm regulated too a little bit, but I get on here and I just tell you what I think anyway. Compliance people are not very fond of what I do most of the time, but I don't tell you anything that's going to get you in trouble. I tell you the truth. Right? FINRA says you can't take money out of real estate and invest it. I'm going to say, yes, you can. And maybe it's even a wise investment to take money out of real estate and put it into another piece of real estate. Don't buy another house with it or a car with it. Don't buy a boat with it. Don't go on vacation. It's not an ATM. But we're going to talk over the days and weeks to come about how you can do that. I've talked and actually even done some presentations at local universities, and I am broadcasting from Southern California. So local universities, how you can retire on $18,000 a month with no IRA, no 401k, just using mortgage planning. It's a planning instrument, but you have to understand how to use that, how to use life insurance policies the right way, not to die, right? I don't recommend that. It doesn't turn out very well. But you can use that life insurance policy to defer taxes, maybe not have to worry about paying Uncle Sam right away. Maybe it's a better opportunity than that 401k, which is geared for you to pay more in taxes. So we'll be talking about that. We'll actually do a whole broadcast on how you can actually use your mortgage to retire with $18,000 a month, maybe more. How about estate planning? Everybody has an estate plan. Now, you may or may not have a trust, but you definitely have an estate plan. It's either called something that you decide or something that the state decides. Your choice. I mean, do you want to go with what the state has to offer? I prefer not. I'm not a big fan of letting the state or any government determine what's going to happen with my assets once I pass. But that's what the plan is from the state. They're going to decide it if you don't. So we'll end up bringing in some estate planning attorneys. We'll talk to them. We'll get educated. We're going to also talk about how do you go from maybe a 3% mortgage to a 3.5% mortgage and save thousands of dollars every month. Increase your mortgage interest rate and save thousands of dollars. Yeah, it's called strategy. And then they get these people that don't look at strategy, and they go to buy a house and they say, okay, I'm going to buy a $600,000 house. And I hate when I do this stuff off the cuff and I haven't written it down, which I don't write down very much anyway. Right, but I'm going to buy a $600,000 house and I'm going to put $125,000 down. Stupid. Right? Why would that not be a wise strategy? Well, there's no benefit to $5,000 extra. Put $120,000 down and use the other $5,000 to get a lower interest rate. Now, some people are going to say, why would you want to do that, Ron? Well, I just don't like making a lot of payments. I don't like giving the banks any more money than I have to. So those are the things that we chat about on Ron Siegel Radio. We also get into better outcomes. I know a lot of people, unfortunately, we are in Southern California. 70% of first-time marriages end in divorce. 70% of Orange County first-time marriages end in divorce. Not an exciting thought, right? So here's the concept. What happens then? Is there a way of getting a better outcome? Ironically enough, I've only talked to one family lawyer, and I've talked to a lot of family lawyers, but there's only one of them. The family lawyer is the fancy term for divorce attorney, right? So one family lawyer told me they had a client that said that they did think about divorce before they got divorced, right? Before they got married, they said that maybe this isn't going to work out so well. One out of all of the attorneys. Yet, what else would we do that has a 70% likelihood that we don't even contemplate? And then, how do you get a better outcome? So we've got a workbook for that, and it's totally free for you. You can just go to text my DYM workbook to 79564. Get a free copy of that workbook. So it is a divorce your mortgage workbook. So we've got that for you. I'd like to give away a lot of things on Ron Siegel Radio. It's one of my favorite things about doing a daily radio program is I get to give away free stuff, right? So we get it. We give it away. We give away Amazon gift cards. I don't know. Maybe you don't like Amazon. Do you have something against Amazon? Me, I like Amazon just because I'm a lazy guy. I do a radio program a couple times here and there. But you know something? If I don't ever have to walk into a store, I am thrilled. All right, so I just go on Amazon and spend way too much money while my wife yells at me about it. But we got Amazon gift cards all the time that we're able to give away. So what do you think about that? Do you have any interest in an Amazon gift card? Well, it's pretty simple. Hey, what's your favorite country music radio station? Text RSR Trivia to 79564. RSR Trivia to 79564. Get in the raffle. We'll give away one of those at the beginning of the month. So everybody that gets into the raffle, we'll put that in there. I bet I can guess what your favorite country music station is. You better not get this one wrong, people. I'll just throw that out there. But it's the standard on my radio every day, all day. So what else are we going to talk about on Ron Siegel Radio? Credit. Right? A lot of people don't understand credit scores. So we'll be talking a lot about credit. How do you build your credit up? What are some strategies to get your credit scores increased? Your Credit Matters, brought to you by Ron Siegel Radio. Right, so we'll talk about that. We talk about mortgage updates or market updates. We have that one of those that we do every single week. We put out a new mortgage market update. Little video, about 60 seconds, tells you about what's going on in the mortgage world. We put that out on a regular basis. So we'll be sharing that with you too. And then the topic of today, Team 53. How do you go and sell a piece of property? Make a decision to sell a piece of property. And it could be through the divorce process. It could be a non-divorce. It could be a probate even. Probate loves this process, right? Because how do you go and sell a piece of property? You get it from the very, very top of the market price, the very highest the market has to offer every single time. And it doesn't matter whether it's a good market, a bad market, any kind of market. This works every time. And get your check within 53 days. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to go in depth on that one. That's going to be our subject today. So we'll talk about that. It can work in the probate world. It works in the divorce world. It works in the, hey, I just decided to sell my house and I don't need you right now. But we're going to tell you why you need this process right now. And then the other thing that we like to give away all the time, how about home buyer's guides? I come up with a new one every single quarter. No, I don't do it. Our staff does it for us. So we have a new home buyer's guide every quarter. All you have to do, and I'm a simple guy, I've told you this before, text HBG, Home Buyer's Guide, HBG to 79564. You can get a copy of our Home Buyer's Guide. It's a quarterly magazine that we come out with. And I bet you can guess how you get the Seller's Guide. Yeah, text HSG, Home Seller's Guide to 79564. So simple ways of getting information from Ron Siegel Radio. And again, all of those things are totally complimentary from our team here. And we're going to continue on. But right now, I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to chat about Team 53. We're going to also talk about the Mortgage Minute. I'm going to give you some information there, real-time real estate and better outcomes. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replays, they're always available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com. and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Dreaming of your retirement does not include losing your house. However, due to today's lower stock market, higher medical bills, and taxes, many retirees face this very problem. This is why it is necessary that you, as a baby boomer considering retirement within the next 10 years, understand reverse mortgages and what one could do for you or your parents. A reverse mortgage could make it possible for you or your parents to travel, buy a second home, or start a new business. For more information about reverse mortgages, just call our off-air number at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit realestateradio.com and click the free workshop button.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day or every Sunday on Ron Siegel Radio right here on Go Country 105. Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva, they've got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Rapid payoff, that's the subject today. So we like to bring a different subject all the time on how can you deal with paying off a mortgage strategically, maybe dealing with your debt strategically. So here's our concept right now in the Mortgage Minute. How about, and this just happens to be a strategy we just share with anybody. If you want to take a look at this for yourself, the interest rates, the numbers, they don't all work out exactly the way these are on this sheet, because this is actually a live client that we actually put this together for just recently. Everybody's numbers are unique. They're all different. But if you want to see what I'm looking at, all you have to do is go text RSR Rapid Payoff to 79564. RSR Rapid Payoff to 79564. And you can see exactly what I'm doing here. So it's a property value, $805,000. The original loan to be paid off, $526,475. How about taking out about $60,000 and paying off all the debts? Paying off all the debts. So we're looking at that one. That'd be a new loan of $585,993. When we pay off all those debts, though, we don't have to pay the debt service on all those things. So we're saving $941.78 every month. When you do that, what are you going to do with that money? Well, you could put it into a savings account and get 0.1%. Not very exciting. Or you could start using that and just paying extra principal on the property that you already have that you just refinanced. How about taking that particular property and making it into an 18-and-a-half-year mortgage by making that extra payment? Or you could put that money into another account and invest it 5%. I don't know if you're going to get 5%, but you should be able to. We don't guarantee anything on Ron Siegel Radio. But when you put that $941.78 into another account, if you can get that 5%, now you can pay off your property in 17.75 years. So what did we do here? We didn't reduce the interest rate at all, but we just restructured debt. That's why we call it the rapid payoff, right? So again, if you want more information, you can either go to RSR, Ron Siegel Radio, I'm a simple guy, rsrrapidpayoff.com, or text RSR Rapid Payoff to 79564. and you can actually get all of that taken care of. That is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. So one of the things we're going to bring you this morning, we're going to talk in depth about something we call Team 53. I call it Team 53. Maybe no one else calls it Team 53. But what does that mean? So we have to start off, and we're going to chat about today's real estate market. And this is really a challenge because we give you all this great information and we don't let Simon say anything for a little bit. We're going to get information from Mary Walters, Realty Pro 100. Good morning.
Good morning.
So here's the concept, and we've talked about this before on Ron Siegel Radio and other podcasts that we've done. But today's market, properties staying on the market for a long time?
No.
Okay, so they sell pretty quick.
Yes.
So are you getting the absolute top price in the marketplace 100% of the time?
Sorry, can you rephrase that one? Like, words are hard this morning.
Okay.
Are we getting top market?
Top market price 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Try to.
Yeah.
Right? So let's see. Let's just go Orange County, California. Now, you may not be in Orange County, California, but I am. So we're going to use just simple Orange County, California. I can give you this number for any market in the sound of my voice, any place in the United States. I can actually give you what we call a real estate report card. And the real estate report card basically tells us what's happening in your market, where the properties are doing, and as far as median home prices and things along those lines. So right now, median home price as of today, Orange County, California, $836,440. So we're going to use, I'm a simple guy, we're going to just say, Mary, I've got a property that's worth $800,000. What are we going to do with it? We want to list it. If I list it, and we know that if you list it a little bit below market value, you're going to get a lot of activity
on it.
So I've seen some things around your office. I heard one agent in your office say they got 50 offers in a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, 50 offers in a weekend. Now, I know that very, very seasoned agent. I'm not going to say that he's old, but he is. Right? So 50 offers in a week. Now, let's just say he starts the list the price, $800,000 property. Maybe he put it at $790,000. That's a pretty realistic number, right?
Definitely.
50 offers, gonna get them. Now I know in my mom's day, she used to always tell me, you got to start. You're always going to negotiate, right? So that in her world, that means I make an offer for $750,000.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna laugh at her?
A little bit.
Right? In this day and age, right? You're not going to be going and offering less than market value.
It's pretty common knowledge right now that almost every single listing is going to go above ask.
Go above ask. Okay, so out of those 50 offers, how many of them were above asking price? Do you have any idea? Just a guess.
I don't have an exact number for you. I would guess at least half of them.
Half of them guess. Okay,
I think that's easy.
That's all we're doing is guessing, right? And that's a pretty common issue. I mean, because we're not doing a specific property, mm-hmm. but what we're talking about is on a global level, right? So mm-hmm. you can guess at about half of them. If they've got a decent real estate agent who's saying, you've made 7 offers already, Mrs. Jones, and you've lost out on 7 offers, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, maybe you want to listen to me this time. Mm-hmm. Is that a common discussion?
Definitely.
Okay, so 25 of them are above the 790. Do you reach out to every one of them and talk to every one of them for a counteroffer?
We're not going to counter every single one. I'm going to reach out and tell every single one whether they were denied or accepted or if they're being countered.
Denied, accepted, or countered. Okay, so you're going to tell everyone. How many of them are going to come back? Just a guess, not on an average. How many will come back with a new counteroffer?
Let's say half of the 25 come back.
Okay, so 12 and a half of them are going to give you, I'm not just guessing right there, right? So we're going to say 12 of them are coming back with a new offer. And now you have to make a decision. Okay, are you going to counter those 12, or are you just going to pick the best of the best?
We're probably going to pick one at this point.
Pick one. Okay, so you're going to pick your poison right there. And you're going to do that based on a whole host of experience issues, right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to look at it, who's got the best, the smallest amount of contingencies, mm-hmm. right? So that'd be the amount of obstacles to get into the closing table.
Yep.
Who's going to have the best financing in place?
Yep.
Who's going to have maybe the biggest down payment?
Yep. Or if it's all cash.
Or if it's all, is that better?
Easier to close.
Easier to close. Okay, so it could be all cash. So we're going to go with all of these different criteria that, the average agent. When I talk to agents all over Southern California, the seller, not the seller's agent, but the seller wants to know the price, how long the escrow is, and contingencies. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, so those are all the common issues that people are looking at when they're contemplating which one of those 50 offers that we've narrowed down to 25 and now to 12 are we going to deal with. Now, here's the question that comes up. Do we know that we picked the right one? There's no real way of knowing that, is there?
No.
So you hope you got the right one. I mean, because the whole goal is to as a listing agent, I have a real estate license. I don't know how to use it, right? That's a pretty simple thing. I've had it for a long time, and I will admit that I am not qualified to sell a piece of property. I'm not qualified to write a contract, any of those kind of things. I can read one, right? Don't know all the things to look for because I lead a lending team, right? So I look at price, I look at down payment, I look at the time frames, right? And then I let my team do all the rest of it, right? As the seller, they're looking, okay, when am I going to get my money?
Exactly. How much and when?
How much and when? That's what they care about. They let a great real estate agent deal with the rest of it.
Yep.
Right? So that's the whole concept. And they hope that they got the most out of it. Right? Nobody says, I got this $800,000 house and the best offer that I can think of, it's all cash at $825, but I think I'll take the guy at $810. I don't think that's going to happen. Right? That's not the way it's going to work. They're going to go and they're going to take what they and their agent come up with is the best.
Yes.
Right? So that's the concept. Now, Team 53, we've got a little bit of a different concept right there. Now, we still need a great real estate professional. Why? Because how do you think Mary got those 50 offers? Marketing.
Yep.
Right? You had to get that property into the multiple listing service.
Yes.
You might even have a single property website.
Yep.
I recommend, I think you do too, a professional photographer, not somebody using their...
Please. Definitely.
We're not using our iPhone to stand in the corner. I can't tell you how many pictures I see of people, the corner of somebody's bedroom. That's the thing I really want to look at, right? Is the corner. I don't need to see anything else. I just see because someone's
reflection in the mirror.
Or someone's reflection in the mirror. The dirty dishes in the sink. I've seen laundry on top of the washing machine. Right? There's all kinds of things we see in those pictures. Professional pictures. Right? So we want to have that. We know in California now we can actually get back into doing open houses again. Finally. Right? Because we want to market this property to get to the most people possible. The more people that see the property, the better outcome we likely have.
Correct.
Right? So right now you're basically doing that in 2 days, right? You don't need to really do it on a whole long. It takes about a week to get the property ready for with pictures and get it on the internet, get it into multiple listings. And then if you could probably put it out there and say, okay, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to show it and we're going to accept offers until 5:00 Sunday night.
Yep, that's a lot of what I've seen in the MLS lately. People saying, it's coming soon. First showings will be, this weekend. Offers are due by, say, Tuesday. But they're reviewing Wednesday and accepting something.
Okay, so
it's very deadline lately.
Okay, so
because they're flying off the shelves.
Yeah, so you set all these deadlines, right? Because you can, right? And that's in the market that we're in today.
Yes.
But that may not be tomorrow's market.
Correct.
Right? And one of the things that I would assume that the agents in your office yourself better be pre-approved. Right? If you're not pre-approved either with showing a bank statement that shows that you've got all the money to pay cash.
Yep.
Or a strong pre-approval letter or pre-underwritten, which is even better than a pre-approval letter.
Yeah, as a buyer in this market, you have to be ready to act fast.
Be ready to perform. So that's the concept. That's the foundation of where we are right now. And that's in a seller's market, very, very hot market. Those are all the rules and regulations that go on. Now, I wouldn't be talking about this. I wouldn't spend this much time on the subject if I didn't think that maybe Team 53 has a better way. So we're going to talk about that when we come back. We're going to also chat a little bit about what do most people think? What is the best investment that you can come up with right now? Is it stock? bonds, gold, cryptocurrency that's down 50% today, or maybe it was, I don't know, I didn't see the exact numbers, but it was down a little bit. So we'll talk about that. What's the best investment? And oh yes, we do have your rights to mortgage information after divorce. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at RonIsMyLender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com, licensed under NMLS 217037. RonIsMyLender.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at RonIsMyLender.com. That's RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. SLT Home Digest, they've got all the tools for you. Tells you exactly what the county recorder knows about your property. Tells you exactly what the market believes about your property. It's a monthly email that you get from your friends at Ron Siegel Radio. Americans see real estate as a better investment than stocks and gold. Last month, in a post on Liberty Street Economics blog, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York noted that Americans believe buying a home is definitely or probably a better investment than buying stocks. I don't know. I think I got a buzz in my ears right now. I don't know if that's is not going real well there. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. So get back to what the story is here. Again, article on the current real estate market. Gallup reports. There we go. Gallup reports. Gallup usually finds that Americans regard real estate as the best long-term investment among several options, seeing it as superior to stocks, gold, savings accounts, and bonds. This year, 41% chose real estate as the best investment among several options, seeing it as superior to stocks, gold, savings accounts, bonds. This year, 41% chose real estate as the best investment, up from 35% a year ago. And interesting looking at this. Real estate 41, stocks 26, gold 18, savings accounts. You get that 0.1% exciting interest there. 9% like that one. Long-term bonds 3%. The article goes on to say, quote, the 41% choosing real estate is the highest selecting any of the 5 investment options in the 11 years Gallup has asked the question. Is real estate really a secure investment right now? Some question American confidence in real estate as a good long-term investment right now. They fear the buildup in home values may be mirroring what happened right before the housing crash a little more than a year ago. However, according to Merrill Lynch, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, the current real estate market is strong and sustainable. Morgan Stanley gave their quotes. If you want the information on that, I'll put it on our websites, Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. The bottom line, Americans' belief in the long-term investment value home ownership has been, is, and will always be very strong. And I'm going to share with you something that we don't talk about a whole heck of a lot. And that is because one of the issues that's always been the case with real estate is we've looked at it and we've said, okay, it's a great investment, but it's not liquid. Team 53 may have changed that paradigm. So we're going to talk about that. We have Mary Walters, Realty Pro 100 in the house. Simon Polito, RECA, is in the house. We might even let him talk now. He's been biting on the chomp over there. I'm going to recap just a tad from the last segment because we're not going to do the whole thing. We're talking about an $800,000 property that Mary shared with us in today's market, very likely maybe listed for $790,000. Not uncommon to have 50 offers. I'm hearing this all over Southern California. 50 offers in the first weekend. We're looking at 25 of them might have been legit to talk with the seller about. 12 of them might have got a counter offer, and then you pick and go with whatever is of the understanding is the best way, the best one. Now, that's perfect, right? Because there's a lot of people doing that, but what if we do all the same things that Mary talked about, right? So we have to market the property. You got to have a great real estate professional listing the property. You got to market the property. You put it out there, and then we engage our friend Simon Polito. So, Simon, I know you're sitting there.
This moment would never come.
Okay, so we have an $800,000 market value property.
Yeah.
Traditionally, we're going to list it in the MLS at $790,000.
Mm-hmm.
What would you put that out for?
$600,000.
$600,000? $600,000?
Bidding to start from.
Oh, bidding to start from.
There's a catch.
Okay, that's not a bad catch, though.
No, the catch is you're going to get the deal of the century, which is your home you're looking for.
I'm going to get okay, so you're talking about from the buyer is going to get the home that they want.
Correct.
Because I'm going to suggest right here, now, we'll ask Mary this question. Now, those 12 people that you countered,
Mm-hmm.
how many of them are going to be upset that they didn't win?
11.
11 of them, right?
I can do that math.
Right, that's pretty simple, 11 of them. Now, they're going to be upset maybe at the seller,
Mm-hmm.
maybe at their agent.
That's fair.
Maybe at the listing agent.
Mm-hmm.
Never going to be upset with themselves for not having come in with the highest price.
Yeah.
They're not going to ever be upset with themselves, right? Because they're going to say, oh, that agent didn't help me. They didn't give me the right numbers, even though you probably did,
Mm-hmm.
right? You told them that, okay, hey, this property, it's listed at $790. It's probably going to go somewhere by $850.
But you don't know what the other people are offering.
Right. We don't have any idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so the buyer doesn't want to pay more than they have to.
Yep.
Right. I want to pay enough to win, but not a penny more.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Simon, you're going to come in here and you're going to say $600,000. Because we're going to start the
We
bidding.
could start at $1. It'd be a lot more fun for me. But truth be told, we're starting it there, and what we're trying to do is to remove the price to allow the buyers to fall in love with the property before they even see a price.
Okay.
So we're trying to remove that price point, which is sometimes a stickler for.
If I went to a $2 million property and they put it out for $1 million, I'm going to love the property even though I can't afford the price.
Well, that's why we have a great lender who's
Okay.
going to be able to maybe get them a higher loan than they thought they could actually achieve.
Okay.
So we often find there are buyers out there that have gone to a family friend, got a pre-approval on something, didn't really give all the numbers correct, and actually could achieve a better loan with a better structure and be able to facilitate a higher purchase price, but didn't know it.
Okay.
So they'll discount the property without even going to it, doing further research, and allowing us to help them get it. So we remove that price, let them come in. They might tell us we've got a max of 700. We then put them onto a great lender who we know. I don't know if you know who the guy is.
I don't know.
He's apparently everyone's favorite lender.
My favorite lender. .net.
And then all of a sudden you're able to discover that actually, you know what, we could get these guys above the 700 range. Maybe we can even get into 850, maybe even 900, depending on how you structure that package for them. All of a sudden they're a contender in the game on a property they never thought they had a chance on if it was listed traditionally at a high price.
And the thing that's fascinated me since you and I have been talking about this, Simon, and we've been talking a couple months, we've been chatting about this and various times, is the concept of getting this whole thing done and getting people right to the very top.
Yes.
Sellers love that. Mary, your sellers aren't going to be upset if they get more money than.
Oh, no.
Not going to be upset then.
No.
Okay, so here's the concept, Simon. We're starting at 600, but my question is, what am I going to do though? If, how going to really deal with this 600,000? I don't know if I want to spend that and not know what I'm buying. I can go and now I can go and do a walkthrough, but anybody that knows Ron Siegel knows that I don't even know how to use a screwdriver. Right, I can drink a screwdriver, but I can't use one of those things.
They haven't developed an app to help you do that.
Right, I don't know which end to use. So how do I know that I'm getting a good property? Right, we know the price 600 on that 800,000. That sounds exciting to me.
Yeah, so what you're doing is what every buyer does. You never once said the bidding to start from. Because your number and your brain is attracted to the number, not the words.
Right, bidding
so
to start from.
You consistently keep saying 600, 600, 600. And all of a sudden you're starting to convince yourself about it.
Interesting. Okay. But now I'm thinking about the other side of it though. Am I buying a property that I'm going to have to go and start rebuilding next week?
Correct. And that's a concern a lot of people have when you hear the word auction. The immediate reaction is distress.
Auction. Wait. You didn't even say auction.
I know. Surprise.
Auction. Okay.
So we're doing an auction.
A what?
An auction.
Okay. Okay. Auction to me means discount, cheap. I don't know what I'm going to get. Risk. Did I miss any?
No.
Okay.
It's funny. So there's a lot of sellers perceive that immediate connotation. When you say it to a buyer, they all say one word.
Deal.
Deal.
Okay. Okay.
And I didn't even prompt you. We didn't talk about this before, just for the record.
That's just where my mind went.
That's the most common. So fair to say, Mary, if you feel like you could get an opportunity to get a deal, you're probably going to inquire.
100%.
There you go. You got an inquiry.
Okay.
If you're good at what you do, which we all should be in our roles of our industry, you're then able to sell the property, encourage them, tell them about what we've done. Now, back to your point.
I don't like selling.
Well,
I like educating.
You're the buyer, so you don't have to.
Okay, but even as a seller, though, I really don't want to have to sell anything.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we want to really contemplate, and that's what Team 53 does: is we educate.
Correct.
Right. So our whole education process here is going to be
the due diligence.
Due diligence. Explain what we're talking about with the due diligence.
So everything Mary was saying earlier is exactly right. You're pretty much they're demanding things, and they can do it in this market. But like back to your point, this market is not going to be the one that's going to be with us forever. It's going to change. What we've done before COVID, during COVID, and now in the proceeds of coming out of COVID is we've always done the due diligence, and that includes a home inspection, a termite report, seller's disclosures, natural hazard disclosure report, preliminary title report. If it's part of a HOA, yes, you get the CC&Rs. If it's had any permits pulled in the last several years, we get the permits pulled. So you want to give them all the unknowns so that they can be confident in their price, in the decision-making process. Because then, like you said before, am I going to be getting something I've got to knock down and fix? No, we're showing you. And the truth is there. We're showing you the rights, the wrongs, and the unknowns that you would not get until after you've negotiated the price in a traditional method.
Right. So if we go to a foreclosure sale or a bank-owned sale, we get nothing.
You get nothing. That is high risk.
That's a risk.
And
that's a risk.
And that you are potentially picking up at a discount to reflect that. We're not selling at a discount.
So as the seller, though, I'm going to get more money because I'm 600,000. Why do you come up with that number of bidding to start at 600?
Because I just want to try and remove the price. I don't want to influence someone's decision. Right. So if they're looking at more than one home at any one time, and there's this great tool. It's called a smartphone, and most people have one these days, and it gives you so much information.
I just saw somebody the other day go on a broadcast with a flip phone.
I actually have somebody on my team who has a flip phone. we poke fun at him every day, but he's a great guy. But
interesting.
Yeah, I always call him slipping out because he's always got his flip phone out. But yeah, it's exactly what you're saying. So think about this: if Mary had gone back to all those buyers and she ended up with 12 buyers at the end, and she doesn't know whether she's taken the right offer, and that's not her fault.
She's taking the best one.
There's 12 variances there.
Based on her experience and knowledge and what they've provided, that's all you can go by is what take all the years of experience and pick the absolute best and recommend that to your seller. But we're going to talk about maybe Team 53 has a better way when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We're going to also chat about better outcomes, how we're getting information post-divorce. You can reach me anytime off air, number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com or call today Ron Siegel 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation, NMLS 217037 and BCAL number 018694452.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every Sunday right here on Go Country. Right now, right here, this time, every Sunday, check back with us. We've got more great information to share with you every single week. Never be dull, never be the same stuff twice. The Better Outcomes section brought to you by the Siegel Lending Team. Here it is for you. I got to find the report and share with you about getting information during divorce. That's a biggie. And it's been changed. So if you don't know this one, laws change. How does the spouse who is awarded the marital home yet is not on the current mortgage gain access to information about the current mortgage? It isn't as easy as you might think. We all know that often only one spouse is on the current mortgage to the marital home. A mortgage is a legally binding contract separate from the divorce decree, the original agreement between the lender and consumer, not part of the divorce discussion because it's between the lender and the consumer. So what happens when the spouse who is awarded the marital home isn't on the current mortgage and has no plans to refinance the home immediately into their name? The spouse becomes what's known as successor in interest. So the successor in interest, successor homeowners' right to information, another sticking point for divorcing spouses who are awarded ownership of the marital home and are not currently obligated on the existing mortgage is the hurdle of obtaining information on the current mortgage. Two important sets of CFPB amendments to the RESPA and TILA mortgage servicing rules went into effect April 19th, 2018. One set of amendments for the first time extends the broad array of mortgage servicing protections to successors in interest, such as homeowners who inherited a home after a borrower's death or were awarded the marital home in a divorce. These homeowners are now entitled to protections relating to loan modifications, dispute rights, monthly statements, escrow accounts, servicing transfers, and other rights afforded by TILA and RESPA to home mortgage borrowers. New rules expand the definition of borrower for the purposes of RESPA and consumer for purposes of TILA to include a confirmed successor in interest. Successor in interest is defined as coextensive with transfers listed in this Garn-Saint-Germain Act, after which a due on sale clause may not be executed. This is pretty minutiae stuff, but what I want you to really know here is you can get great information from our team anytime you'd like that information. And if you want a copy of Divorcing Your Mortgage Homeowner Workbook, it is free from your friends at Ron Siegel Radio. All you have to do is go to mydymworkbook.com or text my DYM workbook to 79564. You'll get a copy of that workbook. Send it back with your information, and the team is going to send you a divorce mortgage planning and real estate property report. It's about a 10-page report that is invaluable for your divorce team. Not just the couples, but the attorneys really like this report as well. So that is the information for you. And again, we bring this to you all the time as a complimentary service from your friends at Ron Siegel Radio, the Better Outcomes segment brought to you by mycdlp.com, mycdlp.com. Continuing our conversation, Mary Walters, Realty Pro 100, Simon Polito, RECA in the house. So we've set the whole foundation for this entire process, right? We talked about exactly what's happening in today's market. We talked about the issues that a lot of people come up with that, hey, we don't need any fancy ways of getting more money because we're going to get 50 offers in the first weekend on our real estate. And that's true in many instances if it's marketed properly, if you've got a great real estate professional marketing the property properly, easy for me to say. You get it out onto the internet, you get it out onto social channels, you do all the right things, get great quality pictures, and then you get the offers come in. But you never know what you don't know. Right? I mean, it's just simple, right? So you got a great agent and they come up and they find, okay, here's we countered these offers. Now we've got a bunch of them to look at. We're going to look at them. We can't keep going back and forth with all these people for the rest of our lives. That's not in your goals, right? So we've picked one. I think it's the best. most money, best terms, shortest contingencies, and we make that decision. But what if we don't know what we don't know? So that's where Simon comes in.
Yes.
So Simon, what's going to happen in your scenario? You're going to.
So, like what I was saying before we went to the break was Mary's going to possibly get around 11 or 12 offers that she's going to do a final review with. And like you said, she's going to pick the one with the highest price, best terms, and what on paper looks to be the optimal decision to make.
Now, let me ask you this. If Mary said, okay, to all 25 of those people, and we did this from up front, and you said, hey, you know something? Every one of you can show up at the property on Sunday at noon. Do you think any of them would show?
Do you think any of them would show?
Sunday at noon, we're going to make a decision. Show up.
Possibly, maybe.
Might get some.
Yeah, if
they're excited.
Yeah.
If they're excited.
Yeah, there's going to be a portion that won't come because they just don't want to play that game in their mind. But you're going to, I would say 3/4 of them would turn up.
Especially and then now here's the issue, especially in this market, because I talk to a lot of people all the time. They're frustrated.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because
why are they frustrated though?
Because they made a lot of offers and they haven't won anything.
Because they're not getting a chance.
Yeah, well, they think they got a chance. They don't know they didn't get to have a chance.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what we want to give them a chance to go to their absolute max.
Right.
With confidence knowing what that is.
Okay, so now let's say we get 20 people show up. They've all been pre-approved, pre-underwritten.
They've looked over that due
They've looked
diligence.
over all the due diligence. They've been able to look at the home inspection.
Termite report, disclosures, NHD, prelim, any other material facts. If it's part of the HOA, the CC&Rs to make sure that it can facilitate what they
Seller
want.
disclosures?
Everything as well.
Seller disclosures, okay.
Even my AVID as well goes in there as well.
Okay, your what?
AVID, agent visual inspection disclosure.
Ah, okay. I'm not an agent. I don't know about those things.
So
okay.
every
I'm a simple guy, Simon. You got to be simple.
So that's why I tried to keep it simple with the acronym.
Okay.
But everything and anything we can obtain that would give any type of material facts to the buyer is always included in that package.
Okay, so now we've got 20 people showed up, and what is it, Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock?
They're going to bring with them a cashier's check for 3% of the $600,000 bidding to start from amount. So a check for $18,000 made out to the escrow that whoever the listing agent nominates.
Okay. Team 53 nominates their own escrow company. We have it all done for you.
There you go. So they come with a check made out to that independent third-party escrow company at arm's length.
Right.
They've already signed off on all the due diligence. They're all on the same terms, as is, non-contingent.
Non-contingent.
30-day close.
Seller likes that.
Exactly. Done deal, right?
Yeah.
Then they have a paddle. There's this amazing thing. This paddle has control of some people's body movements at times. It makes them put their arms up. And when they do that, increases their chances of winning. So when they see, if I'm looking right at you, you've got a paddle, I've got a paddle, even Mary's got a paddle, I know who I'm competing against, which makes it a much more honest, fair, transparent arena. And I can tell you, time after time, I've been doing this into my 20th year, you get people that tell you my max is 750.
Okay.
And they end up making a bid of 800.
So on that $800,000 property that was initially listed at $790, bidding started at $600. On average, is there an average that you get over the market value?
We should say achieve somewhere around 850 to 870.
850 to 870. Non-contingent.
Non-contingent, closed in 30 days.
Or less, because on Team 53, it's always going to be 25.
Yes. So,
right?
Yes. But we're Team 53, we're representing the seller. So if a buyer came from another office or something like that, we'd give them a 30-day range just in case.
Now,
but most of them are 20.
Now, here's the question we got to get to, because we only have about a minute left. What happens if we don't get anybody that wants to bid over $600,000?
The seller does not have to sell.
They don't have to sell, so
Absolutely.
It's protected.
So we have a clause in our contract that says the seller has the right to accept, reject, or negotiate at any time of the process.
Okay.
So they are completely safeguarded.
So they're protected.
We're not selling this property from under them in any way whatsoever.
Okay. I like the idea. What do you think, Mary?
You're making what's already going on. There's already a bidding war going on behind the scenes. You're just making it more transparent. So every buyer has a fighting chance.
Yeah.
Got to be better if it's more transparent.
And that's how we're able to get an extra 5 to 10% above, because we're asking the question in live moments.
So we're going to get this all done in what, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever.
It can go up to an hour if we get a lot of bidding, but it's anywhere between 5 minutes to 45 minutes.
As opposed to going back and forth with counter offers that could take days and days and days.
Well, time kills all deals.
Right.
So it's in the now, and they're buying the now, and we sign a contract immediately. As soon as the gavel goes down and I say sold as the auctioneer, it's a done deal. And they can't pull out.
They don't get their money back if they don't win.
If they don't win,
If they win, they get their money. They don't get their money back. If they don't win, they get their deposit.
well, they can keep the paddle and I can keep the check, or they can give me the paddle back and I'll give them the check.
Okay.
It's a great paddle, by the way. Just so you know.
I don't know about too many paddles worth 18 grand. It's great information. If you want more information on Team 53, or if you want this whole process, give me a call at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. And as always, I ask you, set your first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items that affect your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Josh, who's engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.